Greetings, Good Soil family. We hear so much about physical rest, getting sleep, taking breaks. But have you ever felt tired even after a full night's sleep? That's a sign you may be missing something deeper: emotional rest. Today, we're exploring what it means to set down emotional burdens and give your heart the pause it deserves. Emotional rest is the freedom to stop performing, to stop faking, to stop pretending, to stop carrying everyone else's expectations while ignoring your own. Emotional rest is the liberty to just be. It's when you no longer feel the need to put on a mask, to fix everything, or hold all the pieces together for everyone else. It's permission to exhale. You may need emotional rest if you feel drained after conversations. That's how it is for me sometimes. I get in conversations with some people and it's always the same thing. And after you finish those conversations with certain people, you just feel drained because they're dumping all of this stuff on you. They're dumping all of their stuff on you. And it's heavy. Emotional rest is, you often say I'm fine, but really you're not. You're not fine. Emotional rest, you might need emotional rest when you carry everyone else's problems but rarely share your own. You're the one that everyone comes to. You're the one that everyone wants to dump on. You're the one that everyone wants to seek advice from, but most fix-it people rarely have a place where they can go when they feel down, where they feel burdened. I've been that person before. And it's heavy, y'all. It's deep. It's too much. You may need emotional rest if you avoid stillness because the feelings underneath feel too heavy. In other words, you want to keep yourself busy so you don't have to really deal with what's really going on. Not with everyone else around you, but with yourself. All of these are signals that your soul is asking for a pause. So you might be asking yourself, what does emotional rest look like? I mean, how do I accomplish that? Don't worry, I gotcha. Emotional rest looks like taking a sacred pause. Scheduling quiet moments with no demands. No agenda. You're not taking time away or scheduling time away to just be away from everyone, where you could still focus on your problems, focus on what's bothering you, sit and try to work out situations in your head, sit and try to resolve whatever you think is going to happen tomorrow, whatever you imagine is going to happen tomorrow. That's not what taking a sacred pause is about. Sacred pause is just sitting and breathing and existing. That's all you do. You just sit, you breathe, and you exist. You sit, you take cleansing breaths, and you exist. You sit, you breathe in, you exhale out. You just focus on your breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. You just exist. It also looks like finding a safe space, a place or a person where you can share, a person actually, to be your safe space. A person where you can share your feelings honestly with. Someone who will listen without passing judgment. Someone who will listen without offering a solution. Someone who will listen without giving you advice. Someone who will listen without taking over the conversation by sharing how they too relate to what it is that you're going through, because you know what, I've been through that. Oh yeah, I know somebody just like that. And they go on and on and on. And now the conversation has somehow turned from you coming to them to be your safe space to them just talking and talking and talking. And they forgot why this conversation started in the first place. So you have to use discernment. You don't want to go to someone like that when you need a safe space. That person is not your safe space. And this is not me passing judgment. It's just, it is what it is. There's a lot of people who just don't know how to communicate. There's a lot of people who feel like they always got to talk or take over conversations, and it just happens with them. It's just a natural reaction. They don't listen. They're not hearing you to listen and to capture the essence of your heart and soul. They're always unready with a response. So no judgment against them. It's just, it is what it is. And when you want to find a safe space, you just can't go to a person like that. That's it. That's all. You might want to do what's called a release ritual. That's where you actually write your worries on paper. And then you can either tear them up and throw them away, or you can tear them up and burn them. Some people tear them up and throw them in water and just let them drift away. Just let them drift downstream. And we talked about boundaries. We talked about setting boundaries. And for those of you who are new here, you can look back in the archives. This channel is really, really new. And so there's not a whole lot of videos that you would have to go through to find the one on boundaries. It's like setting soft boundaries. Forget exactly what the title is off the top of my head. But like I said, there aren't that many videos. So you should easily find it. I'm sorry. But yeah, set boundaries. They don't have to be hard like we just talked about in that other video. They can be soft. You can say no. It's okay. And actually, you don't even have to verbalize your no. You're just stepping back. You're just not offering up the solution. You're just not offering yourself up as the answer. You're not offering yourself up as the way out. You're not allowing yourself to be that crutch anymore. You're just there listening. So it's okay to say no, to step back, and to choose peace over pleasing. Resting emotionally is not selfish, y'all. It's soul care. And when I think about it, it's not only caring for your soul, but you're also caring for the soul of the other people or person in your life. Because again, you're stepping back and stepping out of the way, and you're allowing their soul to grow. You're allowing their soul to evolve without you being the solution. So when you have some time, sit with yourself and ask yourself, what emotions am I carrying that no longer belong to me? We talked about stop carrying other people's stuff. It's okay to be an empathetic person. I'm an empathetic person. It's okay to be compassionate. I'm a compassionate person. I can relate to certain situations without carrying the other person's emotions. I can feel for them when they're going through things and understand that they're sad, and it's okay. And I might not be able to understand that they're sad, but I respect that they are. I'm not judging them for having their emotions, but at the same time, I'm not trying to carry other people's emotions. I used to do that. And ask yourself who you feel safe around, like completely safe around, that you can be completely honest with them, and that this takes discernment. This is someone who isn't going to judge you. This is someone who's also going to keep whatever it is that you share between the two of you. I remember sharing something with a friend once, and I'm going to say an associate, and that person shared it with someone else. And I said, well, I can't believe you shared that. Like, that was between us. Well, you didn't say not to share it. And I'm thinking to myself, how immature. Like, we're just too old for that. How utterly immature. We are too old for that. It shouldn't have to be stated. So if you're a person who does that, stop it. And then you wonder why no one can keep your secrets or keep things between you and them. Well, you don't do it. So stop it. It doesn't have to be stated to be understood. That's another video for another day. But it doesn't have to be stated for it to be understood that that's between you and that person. And ask yourself, what's one thing, just one thing I can do to give myself rest today? It's questions like these, prompts like these, that will help you notice what's actually weighing you down. Because sometimes we get so caught up and we have all these feelings and we're feeling heavy, we're feeling dark, we're feeling depressed, we're feeling overwhelmed, and we don't even know why. We don't even know why, because we haven't taken the time to sit back, to be quiet, and to ask ourselves, like, what's happening, what's going on, and to evaluate the situation. What am I taking on? I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul so I can help this person. So, of course, I'm going to feel some type of way. Or I've invited this person back into my home, and this is going back to my own personal situation, back into my home again, only for things to get explosive again. And I guess if hopefully you keep repeating the same things, you understand that if they're continuing their same cycle, and I'm speaking of my situation, if they're continuing their same cycle, then they haven't grown, so they're the same person, and eventually that's going to show back up. Otherwise, they wouldn't be reaching out to you in the first place. They would try to make it on their own. They would try to figure out on their own without bringing you in or involving you. Yeah. Speaking to myself here, y'all. So just remember, emotional rest is the freedom to stop performing. It's the freedom to stop carrying everyone's expectations. It's the freedom to just be. It's when you no longer feel the need to put on a mask, fix everything, and to try to hold all the pieces together for everyone else. It's permission to just exhale. So keep in mind, rest is not just for your body. It's for your heart, it's for your emotions, it's for your spirit. When you give yourself permission to pause, you actually make space for peace to just flow in. You don't have to fight for peace, it just flows in. And I also want you to remember this. Even in stillness, even when you're just sitting, breathing, and existing, you are still growing. Thank you guys for joining me today in Good Soil. If this resonated with you, of course, I'd love to hear from you. So share in the comments, what's one way you will give yourself emotional rest this week? Don't forget, like, subscribe, and come back for more lessons in soft living and graceful growth. Until next time, ciao.